Did you know that I'm utterly infatuated with Picross? Unfortunate, but true. Oh shit. Shit, you for real? That makes my life like 18 billion times easier. Every time I see this, I'm always like, that's gotta be the 3 then. But you never know. You never know. Wait, 2, 1, 5, 4. Yeah, that only fits one way. I do those by vibes alone, sorry. No, that could be a 3. That theoretically could be a 2. Let's not get too bold and brash! Well, that's gotta be the 7. The hollowed halls of school! Everybody cheers. Give me that fat hot dog. Can you imagine doing something entirely by beat? And it's like, god dang, I can't make the moves I need to make because I keep getting distracted by the groove. Well, hot ziggity, I completely missed that one. Always eat your cheese. Man. Man! I remember when I had friends, and we could joke about saying, man, together. And it was like a fennec fox sitting, going like, oh, man. Those were the best of days, so those were the blurst of days. The best of times and the blurst of times, I think we're not ready. Well, I fucked up. Did I? Or am I just letting my brain take over? Dude, I don't know what the fuck you are. Oh, it's a cow! The difference one pixel can make. Apparently these are not known as Picross. Picross is like a specific game. They're called nonograms. As in, no, let me solve it. Blah, and then it goes blah, and then it goes blah. But because of blah and blah, that also means that we got a 1 and a 2 and a... No, that's not a twofer. That's not a twofer. Which means that we can only chop 2 off the top. Well, we sure got something in the middle. Can this be a 1 and there's a 6 here? Yeah, that still fits. Well, that's got to be a 1. 7's pretty beefy. Okay, can a 7 still fit here with this guy? Nope. Which means you are the 7, which means we gotta go like this. Well, I could have seen that if I tried to fill it in myself, actually. Well, you've got to be the 6, so that goes there. Then that has to be the 5, which means we know that. Look at all this information that's been revealed for our eyeballs! I sure do love having eyes. That fits. We can't make that assumption. Everybody eat some cheese. Wait, that has to be a 6, which means we know this, which means we know that, which means we know this, which means we know a lot. Actually, I already know more than that, which means this is a 4, which means there's a 4 somewhere else. Could there be a 4 here and a 1 there? Unfortunately, the answer says yes. Survey says... Well, you're so goddamn depressing. Holy shit. Someone whose videos I'm watching is playing Void Stranger, which universally just means like, hey, Safi, want to hear about this game you don't like hearing about? And the answer is no, I don't. And the answer is you gonna anyway, buddy. These are ones. These are ones. Does that make my life easier? I don't know. Wait, 1, 4, 5, right? And we know that one. I could probably work these two out, actually. If I really wanted to. You know, if I wanted to solve this puzzle this century, I could do that. I could probably do that. So if those two are connected, that's got to be a 5, right? Then this has got to be that 5 shape, which means this has got to be the 4 shape. Which still technically works, so let's make no assumptions, I guess. Yeah, great. I love not solving the puzzle. So assuming the rightmost position, there's still got to be one over there. Which is either a 4 or a 5. Good luck! Good luck! This could be a 1, or it could not be. So there's a 1 down here, right? I would love to fill that one in. Just gives you a little more certainty for the future. Gotta pick a target and go for it. Can this 5 fit in here with that 2? No. So this 5 sits over here somewhere, which means we know this, which means we know this, means we know this, which means we know this, which means we know no, the 4 can sit up there and then work downward, but we know that, and we know this, which means we know that, which means we know this line, which means we know that this is almost certainly the 5, which means it's gotta be this one, which means there's a 4 down here, which must occupy that, which means by definition the 5's gotta go up to, which means this doesn't have to be the 1, but that's a 1. And that's gotta be the 3. But we already knew that. That can be the 4. It can be. 3 on the left, 1 in the middle. That's got to be connected. That could be a 1, but we know that these have to be filled in regardless of where the 5 goes. I like those disconnected ones. They just make me a little giddy. I've already mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. They make me a little bit giddy. Well, things are getting a little more filled out. That much is certain. That's 6, which means these are by definition not connected, which means this has got to be the 2. But that doesn't solve anything. Also, this is a maximum 3, which means this is maximum 3, which means 2 is up here. Wait, that's got to be 5, so that must be the 1, by definition. Yeah, cool. Wait, but what if we know that? We know this... Do we know that's the 6? That could be anything. It could even be a 6! Oh, but that's gotta be that. Don't ask me how I know. My brain just knows stuff, okay? Likes to go bring, 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 like a little phone call. And I'm like, hello! How you doing? How's the wife and kids? Gotta be this minimum. Yeah, gotta be that minimum. Gotta be that. Gotta be that. Means 1 is here. Means 4 is here. Means that's that. Row taken care of. It's gotta be the 1. Four means this has got to be a 1. Ones could fit in there, but we know that, meaning we know this, which means you know that, which means you know this, which means you know this, which means that's got to be the 4, which means this has got to be that, which means this has to be done, which means this one is 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 not done, which means this one is now done, which means this one is done, which means this entire column is done! Dunzo kabunzo! Abracadabra! Do you feel any smarter yet? That could be the 1. 6 fits in here. That's got to be the 1, which means this has got to be that, which means this is taken care of. That doesn't fit there. 1, 1, 1. 4's got to fit somewhere in here, which is somewhere around here, which means 1, 5. Row taken care of. There's a 1 somewhere over there. Yeah, we're done here. We did it! We found the running man! Man, it really is back and forth, huh? Really is sometimes.